Beautiful Cheryl is here, and she's our opening speaker, and she has inspired me for several years to date. And that solopreneur is called Cheryl Rankin. She's talking no budget marketing. She's going to tell you that you're not going to post and pray. She's going to say, do this, get that. So she's like practical, she's powerful, she's packed with insights. Grab your notebooks, grab your pen. Let's see how many insights come out of Cheryl's talk. The next 25 minutes is Cheryl Rankin. Go, Cheryl.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Cheryl Rankin. My company is called Fit for Business. As a business consultant, I tend to compare myself to a personal trainer. A personal trainer helps you based on your injuries, your goals, your time, and your budget. As a business consultant, I shape up your sales, add muscle to your marketing, tighten your budget, make your business healthy. Whether you need a business card or business plan or something in between, talk to me because I either do it or I know somebody who does. I'm Cheryl, Fit for Business. So my very first tip with no dollar marketing is make sure that you have a 1 minute that is memorized, is thought provoking and memorable. So how many people in today's group were here for the session in January when I talked about no dollars marketing last time? Was anyone here? Summer, anyone else? Okay, a few people. Well, today is part 2 or next steps. But before we go there, got to remind you, no dollars marketing is all connected to knowing your target market. Does anybody remember how many things you needed to know about your target market? No, oh no, 20. 20 different things about your target market. Most people stop after about 3 or 4. They say, oh, it's ladies, they're over 40, they live in the city, they drive a car, they've got kids, done. But they don't figure out which social media they are on. They don't figure out where they shop. They don't figure out anything else. So the more you know about your target, the easier it is to market. Now, here's the thing. The more you know about your target, you can also find partners. Because if I have the same target market as someone else, we can figure out how to work together. Can we trade coupons? Can we trade articles? Can we market it together and get a booth together somewhere? I know a mortgage broker and an interior designer did one of those flyers that they call door knockers. So literally you knock on somebody's door, they're not home, you hang the flyer. One side was one company, other side was the other company. So they saved money. It wasn't quite free, but they saved money because they found somebody who matched their target market. Even the big companies do this. My mom bought a car. It came with golf clubs in the trunk. I don't remember any ads in advance. I don't remember my parents saying, oh, we're buying a car and guess what? It's going to have golf clubs. She got them almost as a surprise because it was a new golf company that was trying to get the word out. Guess how many people my mom told that she got golf clubs in the trunk of her new car? Everybody. She lives in a dinky little town of 4,000 people. Everybody would have known about this golf club company because my mom got a set of golf clubs in the trunk. Sometimes it's giving a sample. So if I'm selling perfumes and Summer is selling shampoo, maybe I give her samples of my perfume. So everybody who buys a shampoo gets a little bonus and they all get a sample of my perfume. With online marketing, there's some stuff I don't want to have to buy online. How am I going to buy perfume if I've never smelled it before? So therefore, it's totally worth trying to figure out how to get samples out everywhere. Anybody writing articles? Hopefully a few people are putting their hands up. Obviously, you're going to use them in your own newsletter, your own blog. But when's the last time you submitted your article to somebody else's newsletter, somebody else's blog, or a magazine? You know what? Probably about 15 years ago, I bought a one-page ad in a magazine and I wrote an article. Technically, I was the centerfold. Don't tell my husband I was the centerfold for a magazine. One side was fit for business ad. The other side was an article. I took a picture of the one page that was an article. I emailed it to everybody. Check this out. I have an article in a magazine. Nobody knew that I paid for a one-page ad. I did a good enough job that they asked me back. I didn't have to buy an ad the next time. I just had to give them the article. But because I was brave enough to do it the first time, they trusted me. You know, I love having stuff. Can I show this? Is it showing up? Clothing. Depends on what you do. Have clothing. Wear it. That is for a fitness center in Ottawa. And I hated getting up and wearing a uniform every day. But on Saturdays, I would wear it to do groceries because the grocery store was just down the road, just in case people would see it and get the reminder that there was a fitness center close by. Depending on what you do you give your customers clothing so that they're advertising you? I mentioned articles. I know I'm jumping around. I've got so many ideas in my head. I've just got to share them all. I mentioned articles. What about videos? People are trying to get into videos more and more. But they do their Facebook Live or their Instagram. You know what? Make sure you've got a copy of your own video. You don't want to lose it. But now use it to your advantage. Put links in your newsletter. Put links in social media. Put it out everywhere. But don't forget, you can be on other people's videos or podcasts or events. Over the years, I have been on probably, I'd say at least 20 different internet TV shows where they have 2 or 3 speakers. They officially videotape it. One lady, it's an official TV show, and it's now on real TV. You know what? Take advantage of all of those. Most of them don't charge anything. They're just looking for content. Stick your hand up. You're like, I don't have anything to talk about. Stick your hand up. Then figure out what you're going to talk about. You have to be brave and get the information out there so people know about you. You know what? Create your own event. I have to tell you, the very first time I ran a sales workshop, I got 0 people signed up. I didn't tell anyone I canceled the workshop. But a couple days afterwards, I got 2 different leads. One phoned me, one emailed me saying, I missed your workshop. Obviously, you're an expert. I'd like to hire you. Having the workshop advertised helped prove that I'm an expert. So, yes, I want every workshop to be successful and get a correct number of people and do all of the stuff and deliver the information. But even the advertising's getting your message out there. There's a radio ad here in the Toronto area that is a mortgage company advertising for more agents. So if they need more agents, they must be good. They must be so busy with customers that they need more agents. That's a testimonial to them. It's not an advertisement. It's almost a backwards advertisement. I was like, wow, that is a good idea. One of my favorite no-dollar marketing ideas this time was figuring out the weird, wonky situation and making it your advantage. Is anyone on the call a real estate agent? You know what? How many real estate agents are disappointed when the people who come to visit say, I live next door? The first thing is, oh, those nosy neighbors. But you know what? Recently, a real estate agent in my neighborhood knocked on my door, handed me an invitation that said, neighbors are invited to an open house for champagne and chocolate. Well, I'm not buying a house, but I love champagne and chocolate. So I trudged across the street. I got to see the house. I got to see the backyard. Now, if I have friends looking for a house in my neighborhood, guess what? I'm going to say, who wants to live in my neighborhood? Instead of saying, nosy neighbors, how do we stop them from coming? Figure out how to take advantage of that. If you've got any situations where you say people are complaining about, what are you doing about it? Take advantage of that moment. Take advantage of that opportunity. Take that problem and flip it upside down and make it a marketing magnet. Make it work for you. In the fitness world, everybody joins in January. Everybody quits in February. And then they do it again next year. It's a problem because everybody complains. Oh, I'm here year round. It's just too crowded in January. All these extra people drive me nuts. So what I did, we created a card. Think of a normal card for Christmas time or holiday time that we gave to every single member of our facility. And the card was a free 1-month pass that had to be activated between January 1st and January 31st. Full access to the building. No credit cards up front, none of that nonsense. Just legitimate free access. We had 700 people activate their free passes. And when members would start to comment, we'd say, did you give your free pass to somebody? And almost everybody said, yes. We'd like, you gave your pass to somebody. It's not our fault that it's busy. You gave your pass to somebody. Now, the cool thing was all of those people tested it. And the ones that were only going to be there for a week came for a week and disappeared. Over 300 people joined our fitness center, which was stronger than in any other year. And it was people who were going to bother using the fitness center. Because we don't want people saying, oh, I joined, I went once. That doesn't help us. The word of mouth is horrible if somebody comes once and then never comes back again. So we've tried to fix that. I have to tell you another fitness example. We had corporate fitness memberships. So if everybody's paying $75 a month or $100 a month, the corporate people only had to pay $60. They all saved money. Amazing. But we had one corporation, Fidelity Investments, that we couldn't get anyone to fill out our paperwork to make them get a discount. But we had like 50 members. And so our sales manager checked once a month, tried asking this person, ask that person, go to different department. Nothing. So we gave up. No, we didn't give up totally. What we did is we gave up making them a corporate member on paper. What we did is we decided to make them a corporate member anyway. Here's the deal. Each member got a phone call, and it was, hi, Bob, hi, Dave, hi, whoever, calling from the fitness center. We're going to activate your corporate membership so you save $10 a month on one condition. Please tell 3 coworkers about the fitness center. And they'd be like, oh, I'm not sure who I'm going to tell. Doesn't matter. They're like, you don't need the names? Nope. I don't need the names. I don't need the contact information. I just need your promise. They promised. We got over 60 new members. We lowered their prices. They all saved money. We got 60 new members. Overall, we did way, way better. We had a lot more income from that particular company. But what we did was we took that weird moment of we can't get the paperwork and figured out what to do about it. Sometimes you're already doing something. You know, the restaurant or the business who gives a red rose to people. Okay, so you gave them a red rose. You know what? Attach your business card to it. Attach a gift, a guest pass to it. If you're going to bother spending money to give somebody something, make sure you attach something to it. It's just like how many people give you 2 business cards, one for you and one for a friend. Same thing. If you're going to give a gift, figure out how you make sure you're doing something. When I give a referral to someone, I always say, here's a referral for you. Please keep your eyes and ears open for. And I describe what kind of referral I would like. I don't say you owe me, but I plant the seed and give them the guidance they need in order to help me. Gift bags at events. Some are bigger events, you know, those $100 a person for a fancy dinner, and it's Heart and Stroke or whatever charity event. Most of them have a gift bag. You can do something little as long as there's a gift. This is a tea light and a business card. I even had a general contractor do a skinny little paintbrush from the dollar store and his business card. And he actually got inquiries. You're in the gift bag. Play the game. If they say you need a gift, you ask, is there a minimum value? If they say no, figure out what works for you. It doesn't have to be branded. It's nice if you've got the budget. Wow, I've got contacts. They can get you branded anything. You want branded water bottles. You want branded pens. What do you need? They can get it for you. But sometimes it's just getting it out there. The school here used to do a math night, over 400 families. Every family that showed up to math night got a big bag of stuff. We made sure there was a pen. We made sure there was a pencil. We made sure there was a highlighter. We made sure there was a pad, a measuring tape, all of the different things. Businesses donated them, had their business card in there. So lots of neat things in there. Customer appreciation. Has anyone done a customer appreciation event? It's a little trickier online. It's hard to buy somebody a drink or an appetizer or do door prizes when you're online. But I've seen some really good ones. I got invited to a customer appreciation event that I wasn't even a customer. He did such a good job. I told everybody about him. Now I have to tell you, I also ran a customer appreciation event for no dollars. So I was in Boston working at that super expensive fitness center. We had those corporate clients I mentioned. I wanted to take all the contact people from all those corporations and do a special event. So I contacted a cruise company that does, you know, those 2-hour cruises or whatever, and said, who do you want for contacts? They said, oh, we'd love corporate contacts. I said, okay, I have corporate contacts. I contacted a caterer. Who do you want as contacts? They said corporate contacts. And I said, I have corporate contacts. I contacted somebody who does music, DJ. Who do you want as customers? Guess what? We ended up with a cruise, food, music, a little bit of flowers for free for 120 people. Just because I knew my target market extremely well, and I figured out who had the same target market.
Yeah. Oh, you did. It was I did.
Now, here's another one. Are there opportunities sitting at your front door that you haven't taken advantage of? That fancy fitness center in Boston was right beside South Station. South Station in Boston is a train station for the commuter trains, the subway station, everything comes into the one place. 100 and something thousand people go through it a day. Wow, it's 10 steps from my fitness center. How do I get in there? I got in there 3 times. The first time I said, I will organize a health and wellness event with all the different booths. And the guy I talked to said, oh my God, that's on my list of things to do this year. I said, as long as you don't charge me any money, I'll organize everything. First time in. Second time in, we got those spin bikes for the very first time. We were late. Everybody else had them like 5 years before we got them. I went in and said, I've got a charity thing I want to do. They said, no problem. We put in 3 spin bikes to symbolize a 3-day bike ride from Boston to New York. We kept them busy from 7 in the morning till 7 at night. We had T-shirts on that said our fitness center is across the street. Lots of publicity. But the last, most magical, the one I love the most, I did a newsletter. And in the newsletter, just one page, it said, swimming pool open. The pool had been open for 15 years. It wasn't renovated. It wasn't anything, but it just said pool open. I didn't say now open. I didn't say it open today. It just said pool open. Excuse me. And I highlighted different things. It was written more like a newsletter. So some fitness tips and, what we had in the building. But here's the magic. I had free food. I had free granola bars, free boxes of cereal, free food. Thousands and thousands and thousands of packages of free food. We packaged up our newsletter into 4 and stapled it to free food. With permission, we stood in the walkway of people running for their train at the end of the day, screaming as loud as we could. Outside voice screaming, free food. We handed out 10,000 newsletters that day. Guaranteed, people were getting on a train for their 1-hour ride home. They're going to read the newsletter and eat whatever snack they got. You know what? I get excited about marketing with little or no money because it's magical. The more you know your target market, the easier it is to market and the easier it is to close the sale. Today, I highlighted a couple times that we connected to other businesses in order to market together. And sometimes you don't even tell them. Have you ever commented on anybody else's social media? Okay. Do it politely, do it professionally. But I usually say, as a business consultant, I love this example. As a business consultant, I would add this tip. So I don't put my advertisement on somebody else's page, but I accidentally sneak in the fact that I am a business consultant, or more specifically, a marketing consultant who helps you market with no money. I call it no dollars marketing. Back to you, Summer.